Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Krause. But before we begin, if you guys could please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. So with that said, Cash, what film are we reviewing today?
Oh, what film are we reviewing today? It's a different one.
Yeah, you could say that.
It's a French film. Does any more need to be said after that?
No, that about
as French
sums
as it gets, I would say. When it comes
especially
to
when you know who the director is, because we've also reviewed another film.
A director that I like a lot.
Yeah.
I think she's fucking great. We are doing Titane
yes.
today. The French foreign body horror film. The second body horror film that we have done from director Julia... Oh, I'm going to butcher that. Ducournau?
Ducournau.
It's going to be
I don't know.
way off.
Yeah, no, we butchered it. But it is what it is. But
it's French, so I doubt they're pronouncing any of those letters in that. So.
Of course not. However, she also directed Raw, which is a film we reviewed about a year and a half, 2 years ago on this podcast.
Yeah.
And we were blown away.
It's a film I saw a long time ago,
film.
and I was like, Mason, you gotta fucking see this film. And I think we did it around Halloween time.
Yeah, we did.
So every year we do a Julia
film.
We'll
just say Julia.
We're a first name basis for sure.
Right,
We're close enough.
We are. She's a friend of the podcast.
Big fan.
Loves our reviews because we always give her films glowing reviews.
Flies in all the time, all the way from Paris, which is not a
I've heard
quick
Paris
flight.
is actually a little bit longer than Paris.
yeah. But she loves doing body horror for sure. Raw was definitely body horror. And this is a different type of body horror.
Yeah, it is.
But nonetheless, body horror for sure. You'll be cringing throughout this film because of the disgusting practical effects, I guess I would say.
Well, let's talk about the craziness of this premise, right? It's obviously we start with this little girl.
I don't even know how you could talk about the premise because it goes from just one insane thing to the
another.
next, where it's like it almost just completely leaves the last thing it was doing and just completely forgets about it and goes to the next insane element.
Maybe this isn't exactly the right term, but for me, it felt like it was completely nonlinear for like the first 20 minutes, where it was like you'd cut from one thing to another thing with no context in between of like how she even got there, you know?
And then it becomes very linear for some reason.
Yeah, for the rest of the film it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to say I definitely enjoyed Raw more than Titane, but I did like Titane. If you went and saw Titane and Lamb like I did, real close to each other, it's a really good indie fucking weird double feature that you can go to, because both of those movies are very strange. But I'd say Titane even stranger than Lamb.
Yeah, that's the thing. I could not imagine seeing both those films in the same day. I mean, imagine if you were on some weird acid trip shrooms trip. You decided to go to a movie theater and go see two films. You're like, do they even make normal film anymore? What the fuck is this? A lamb child and then a serial killer who's giving birth to a car child.
Yes.
What is going on? This transhumanist ideology is like...
Yeah, you think film is...
It's pretty big right now.
They're really taking a lot of chances in Hollywood these days. When that's definitely not the truth at all. It just so happens to be you just get... Yeah, because these films are now... Which I love, because these are... I mean, they're as original as it gets. Yeah.
From two completely different countries as well.
They're not remakes. They're not reboots. No. They're not sequels. They're not prequels.
That's what we do here in the States.
And you'll never see a prequel or a sequel or a reboot to Titane. And I will bet my life on it. Yeah. I will bet everything I've ever owned on it. But yeah, the premise. Crazy gal.
Alexia.
Not great. That's not raised in a great household. Not very loving. It's not terrible.
That's what I want to talk about, because that was the weirdest thing too, because I never got enough context to actually the family relationship, because we see in the car, you know, the father does what a normal father would do. You know, your daughter's kicking your seat. She keeps going, meh, meh, trying to annoy him, right? And then she unbuckles and he turns around, though very unsafe. But it's something that I think a father naturally would do, like, hey, buckle up. And then, like,
it is graphic, though.
It is graphic. It's very graphic.
And
then
it
you
sets
see
the
the
tone.
blood all over
that hit of
glass,
hitting the
too.
window, though, it felt very real without breaking the glass.
Yeah.
It's like hitting a brick wall. But yeah, besides that, you know, like you said, we don't get a lot of background of, like, are we supposed to hate the parents? Because I never felt that.
No, but I think we're supposed to, as an audience, fill in the blanks.
Right.
Because it gave you a little bit. It gave you like these droplets of information, but it really led to the audience to be like, "Okay, make your own decision on these parents."
To me, it showed that she was just extremely difficult. I mean, and she's just that kind of personality. The brain damage did not do anything to help that,
No,
of
I don't
course,
think
because
so.
she became even stranger. I mean, right at the hospital, she was acting very odd. I mean, right off getting the titanium plate, which is the namesake Titane. But yeah, an odd child nonetheless, but serial killer odd. I didn't
You never
see
know
that.
what those brain injuries.
The brain
will
injuries
entail,
are
though.
bad, but usually you gotta have a combination of the two, because even we like go back and she's like living with her parents still, even like in older age and whatnot,
yep.
and they still don't seem like they're taking care of her for what she is, and she's a horrible person. She's
Yeah, but
not,
they don't know she's a serial killer.
but but nonetheless, she's just not a great person. I mean, she doesn't give a shit. They come home from work. She's not talking to them. She's making a huge mess on the couch, eating fucking cereal all day. She's useless. But you got to think that they feel bad because of the whole titanium plate thing. So like, we gotta go.
And she's milking it as long as she fucking can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the character is not the character of Alexandra. She is not she's not a hero in any sense of the word. You're never meant to enjoy this character. You're never meant to feel for her.
That's what's fascinating about this, because you take such a terrible, messed up individual like this Alexia girl, who kills not just people who may quote unquote deserve it, but also innocent people who don't deserve it. And they showed both of that, you know, within the first half an hour of this film. So you weren't supposed to sympathize with the character. However, as time goes on throughout this film, in a weird way, you do, because of the body horror elements of it. And obviously of dealing with this weird human hybrid thing that she will inevitably give birth to.
Well, and Vincent, the firefighter guy, you definitely start feeling for him for sure. Because he's just as crazy as fuck. That's the thing about this film, is everyone's insane.
But it's in that world. It's in that world where it's like, okay, it makes sense.
In the world of what, France?
I guess.
Where it's just like everyone is just fucking wild.
They've all lost it.
Yeah. But exactly. It's like somehow you end up feeling, which is a big accomplishment for a director or the writer or anyone, because you do somehow end up feeling for this, I don't know, wounded gal,
Which
who's
is
carrying an El Camino's baby, I would say. So,
which is extremely difficult to do. And had they not pulled that off successfully, this film would not have been even 1/10 of as good.
Right.
So it is important that you do get that with the audience, that they do feel a little sympathy, though also understanding that she is also a really bad person too.
yeah.
You know? But I think the character of the father was really great. What was his name again?
Vincent,
yeah. I think that character there was kind of that bridge to actually have sympathy for her too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I liked that whole. There's some very well done. I mean, body horror again, practical effects, but maybe the most realistic portrayal of someone getting stabbed in the ear I've ever seen. It's fucking brutal. When that guy first follows her out to the car, she stabs him, then he immediately throws up and he like goes into convulsions. Yeah. It's
pretty intense.
And she stabs a lot of people in the ear. It's her MO.
Oh, it's the serial killer way for her.
She loves that little pin that she has. But it is some great fucking body horror. Really well done. There's some funny scenes too. I mean, like really dark funny scenes. Especially when she goes to the house and the people keep coming out of the rooms because she keeps murdering people. Yeah.
She's like, God, how many of you live here?
There's like 8 people. They just keep coming and coming and coming. Murders all of them.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They're all
Definitely.
dead.
Yeah, and
Except the one lady escaped, and that's how obviously why she had to go on the run.
Yeah.
She came home, and then, she's like breathing hard, blood all over her, and her father's just casually smoking a cigarette, looking out the window, doesn't say anything. And then she locks her parents in the room. That's not a good sign. And burns the house
Especially,
down.
this kid is like, this set of parents with having that kid, always in the back of their mind, gotta be thinking, she's gonna kill us someday. Yep. No doubt. Fucking for sure.
You gotta lock that bitch
98%. Oh, you gotta sleep in shifts. Yeah. Mom's gotta be up, dad's gotta be asleep. You go every 6 hours because you cannot trust this fucking one. No. Not, and have you seen the way she's been looking at some of the vehicles around the neighborhood?
It's not
She's
right.
got a thing for cars.
She does. It's not normal.
Very. Which, can we just talk about that? What is, I don't know what the story, the metaphor is behind that.
That's so funny you bring that up, because as soon as I got done, I was talking to my wife, and I was like, I am really trying to understand this metaphor, but am I missing something?
There. It's got, yeah.
Because she's really smart with that kind of stuff too, and I was like, am I missing something? Like, and then I started looking it up. I'm like, man, am I just completely missing the mark on the metaphor here? I couldn't find anything. So I was like, okay,
I'm sure there's theories, but I'm sure everyone's got it different. I'm sure there's not one.
No, there's not one singular one. Yeah.
I think this is one more that's just very abstract. It's like it's a cool idea, I guess, almost. Girl gets impregnated with a car. She becomes metal herself. Yeah. Literally metal. But I think it's a concept that's just like, if we write it, people will fill in the gaps. Like, there's no real reason of why. I mean, I don't think it's like she got that metal plate in her head and then she like instantly like became attracted to metal things. But yeah, I don't know if there's a clear standing metaphor. Like,
no, I don't think so.
But she does fuck cars in this movie.
She does.
We have to make that clear.
With most, I'm assuming
a fire truck, I believe, at one point too.
Yes, a fire truck as well. She really gets it down and dirty with that fire truck. But one thing with this film too, and I know it's in every film in France, so I get it, guys. But we don't watch a lot of French film. People naked half the film.
Oh yeah,
just nakedness everywhere, left and right.
Which I don't mind that.
No, I mean, it's fine. I don't really care either. But a lot more than most film, like we don't get that sort of nakedness in America, but like French, they're cool with it. They're like, yeah,
that definitely is a societal thing for sure. I mean, they're just cool with they're more comfortable with their sexuality and bodies, anyways.
Right.
Us, man, you could show 100 people getting murdered in a movie, but you show fucking boobs in a movie?
Nope.
X-rated.
Yep.
It's 17. Yeah. We can't fucking do
We're
that.
We're defunding the film. You can't show boobies in film.
Yeah. We're defunding art everywhere just for you showing one boob in this fucking film. Yeah. So I don't if you're going to show murder and people getting, stabbed in the ears with ice picks and whatnot, show titty every now and then. Why not? Come on.
Settles the mood.
Yeah, and this movie is, like we said, so fucking French. Like, I would never have guessed this is how French firefighters operate, raves every night. But
I know, and just dancing with each other.
Any other place, I'd be like, no way, dude. Yeah. But yeah, France, I get it.
Well, it's so funny because
it relieves stress.
Yeah, but they're all dancing with each other. They're all like shirtless, like tough men.
Very homoerotic.
Nice right, and then Adrian, quote unquote, Alexia,
they don't want any part of it,
and they're like, "Oh, what?" And I was thinking,
"Yay,
do you understand? You understand what's going on here?"
Yeah, they were strangely homophobic.
Yeah, considering that they were dancing with nothing but guys and having a full-on boner rage.
All
with
of
guys.
them pretty naked. Yeah,
yeah.
So, like, there's no connection at all between the two. But as soon as this guy gets up and starts doing a little bit, everyone's like, "Oh my God.
They're like, what are we doing here?"
Everyone's looking around.
Where are the women? They're all just fucked up, don't realize.
It's, that part, almost, to me, intentionally funny. Like, I think
it definitely
I had
was
been written
supposed to be
to where
funny.
they're like, what the fuck? It was so...
But again, that's that dark humor, that
it's gotta be,
black humor,
But, you could definitely call this a very dark comedy.
Yeah.
It was very fucking dark comedy. But I gotta say, I thought the main chick did great. She's a tough one. I couldn't tell if she was like beautiful or just the most eccentric looking person I've ever seen. Uma Thurman-esque times 10.
You know, it's crazy. They found her on Instagram. This is her first role ever.
Really?
In a film. Yeah.
I thought she did great.
Her first role ever. That is absolutely insane, dude, because she knocked it out of the park. That role is so hard to do.
Yeah, the whole, even like going back, because this film is really well shot, of course, you know, it's from Raw. It has this, it definitely has the same tones and elements of Raw for sure. A lot of those party scenes, like Raw had a lot of those rave dance scenes, you know, where the kids in the veterinarian clinic start fucking each other, you know. It's got a lot of those. I don't know if that's like a calling card of the director to have those dance scenes in there, but it's got the same themes for sure. But both, I would say, strong female characters. Definitely strong female characters.
That's for sure.
But yeah, that's incredible. I thought she did great, and I thought the guy who plays Vincent is also named Vincent Lindon. He is probably, they probably ask more from his role than any other role in the. He's going through, I mean, a fucking list of things. His son disappeared. He can't pass the physical fitness test from firefighter. He's the chief. Yeah. It's not looking good. His son shows up. He very obviously knows not his son, but completely okay, fine with it because he's a shattered person right now. Yeah. I mean, absolutely.
You know,
destroyed.
Divorced, doing drugs.
Steroids,
yep.
Collapsing, ODing on steroids, which is rough. Yeah.
I mean, you got to check those air pockets in the needle, brother. You can kill yourself.
Yeah. Well.
But no. He's a very shattered man.
But
and
his performance,
you sympathize with that a lot too, man. Because like I just kept thinking about that. Like, and I don't have a son or anything, but like losing a child, like disappearing and never knowing where they're at, never knowing if they're alive or if they're dead, never having that closure can ruin people and has ruined people. And like you see that, and you see the development in Vincent, where like all he wants are those memories of his son again. And like even though he knows that Alexia, quote unquote, Adrian, is not really his son, he becomes increasingly more okay with it. To the blatant fact where towards the end of the film, the towel drops. The big reveal is there. It's obviously not a man. It's not Adrian. And he just puts the towel right back on her.
Oh, yeah. Those, to me, it was like opposite. Like he was like a pretty good dad and his son took off. Where Alexis's parents were also distant for sure, and she stuck around forever. Right, like she didn't want to leave him. Like Vincent, he tried really hard to be like a good dad. It seemed like, and
that's why she didn't kill him when she had the opportunity. You know, when he OD'd on
because with her parents, they were there,
steroids.
But it felt like they were distant no matter what. Like her dad was a doctor or something, and it felt like they were still distant. Like they're always there, but Vincent felt like he was an actually great dad, and his son just happened to leave him. You know, most likely to me, it always seemed like he knew that his son was dead. Most likely, I mean, he's been gone for years now, but he never came to terms with that. But yeah, I liked his performance was fucking great. Especially when he's doing the steroids and he injects it and then he goes full rage mode.
I know. And I gotta tell you,
turning purple.
The clenching of his ass cheeks.
That's had to have been real. Oh yeah,
had to have been real. That was
give him
real
some
pain.
oxygen. God. Oh my god, the veins popping out of his head. I thought, and then he goes and hits those raves fucking hard too, man.
Oh yeah,
all that roid rage. He's got to get it out.
You got to party. You know, you're dealing
party with
all
the crew.
Shit.
Yeah. But I thought he did a fucking great job.
I totally agree.
But I thought it was shot really well, just like Raw was shot. It was amazing. The horror elements were horrifying. Every time she had to rewrap herself,
I felt the pain of like just her skin
and the
just
sound
the
design
tightness.
was so good. You can hear like the tightness of the wraps, like, and then she'd take it off and she have like the scars from the wraps.
Yeah, because it was so tight.
Fucking painful.
It looked so uncomfortable. And that's like, how you were supposed to feel, is uncomfortable. Yes.
And she was like 8 months pregnant hiding this. But she was wrapping her stomach so fucking tight. The whole time I'm thinking, it can't be good for the baby. But then I'm thinking, the baby's half V6. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know what's gonna come out of this thing. Which is so fucking wild. It's a movie where you almost forget, like they implant something so crazy, so far out there right off the bat that nothing else, everything else that comes after, you're just like, oh yeah, it's okay. Because 20 minutes later, we saw her get impregnated by a fucking car.
Right.
And then they never bring it up again.
No.
Besides her slowly getting bigger and bigger.
Well, and that's the thing. Take out the body horror, take out all the strange elements surrounding this film, and what is it? It's a family drama.
It really is.
Believe it or not, it really is. It's a family drama.
Yeah.
And it's obviously, you know, Vincent dealing with the death, or not the death, but the disappearance, whatever, of Adrian and all the things surrounding that. You know, obviously Alexia, not having a good family at home, not loving her parents, always feeling distant from them. So it's kind of like seeing this weird relationship develop between these two.
Yeah, literally, you take out that first 30 minutes, it is a story about a pregnant runaway who is brought in by this desperate dad, who are both living a lie. You know, he's lying to everyone about that this is his son, and she's lying also. It's a mutual lie. Yeah. It's a plain, normal family drama.
Yeah.
But that first 30 minutes,
Yeah.
she murders 20 people, fucks a car. A lot of shit goes wrong. But yeah, after that, it just becomes very French. I mean, but yeah, those first, and then nothing strange happens until the last 10 minutes. You know, nothing too crazy.
Right.
Besides, every once in a while, we get her stomach is fucking ripping. It's disgusting. And she's leaking oil.
She is.
Got a big oil leak. You got to plug those oil leaks. Are dangerous.
Yeah, you absolutely do. I mean, you got to go get checked out. It's not good.
And another thing I loved is lots of people end up finding out that she's pregnant with something that's not a kid, and it's never fucking crazy at all. Like, nothing.
No.
Just so French, you know? It's just like, oh, yeah, just another fucking day.
Another car baby. Is it technically a Transformer at that point?
I was saying this may be the prequel of Optimus Prime that we're not connecting. Maybe that's the connection we're
missing.
Yeah,
that's the one we're missing right there.
Oh, but yeah, that's, I don't know how that's gonna work with that fucking El Camino. I mean, is he gonna be paying child support, or
I don't know.
How does that
I don't know how that works.
Parts? Yeah.
Does he have car insurance on the kid?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't see it working out.
No,
personally,
I did like the design of the baby though, with kind of like that Titane skeleton.
Yeah, I was really
spine.
Really wondering how they're gonna do it.
What the reveal was gonna be.
Yeah, like it's just. I thought maybe it was just gonna be just an
little
engine, like just a little nutty, like a lawnmower engine or something. Like, will eventually grow into a car.
Yes.
But she's got but no, it was kind of just a metal baby.
Mm-hmm.
It had a little spine, but the part I was going to mention was when the Vincent's ex-wife comes in, who's like, obviously,
that's a powerful scene.
She's come to terms with their son is gone, and he's the only one that's keeping faith that he's going to come back. But that scene when Alexia shows her what's going on, and she's just like, yeah, you got some shit going on right now. Yeah. And
she goes, like, I don't care. She goes,
just take care of him.
Yeah,
or something.
Just take care of him. Yeah.
Which is a tough ask.
It is.
She's obviously
dealing with other
I don't know if you see.
I don't know if you've seen the titanium belly that she has.
Yeah, but I'm living about 3 lives right now. The police are, I mean, I guess the police eventually give up on her.
Yeah. Yeah, overall. I mean, after you shave your head, break your nose, you know, there's a lot of shit.
She murdered 7 people in one night. You think there'd be a statewide
emergency trying to find this mass serial killer?
They'd be calling National Guard in. That, I'm glad you brought it up, though, because that fucking nose break scene is brutal, too, man. That's one of the more realistic interpretations of breaking your own nose in film I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Where she has to slam it onto the counter.
Yep. That's rough.
It's worse than punching yourself in the face, which is what I see everyone do. That doesn't fucking work.
She tried it 5 or 6 times. Said, you know what? I ain't got the punching power to break my own nose.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, can you blame her? It's kind of hard. So that's a tough task.
You
to ask yourself to break your own nose.
You got to have a lot of personal power in you. You have to be able to do that. I like that there's an element of the entire time you're thinking that she's gonna kill him, Vincent.
Yeah, I would say for the first like half hour, yeah.
For a long time. I mean, like it took me probably 2/3 of the movie to be convinced that she is half decent. And that she maybe...
I think the big reveal, though, where she really did change was when he OD'd in the bathroom. Right after she didn't kill him there, I go, okay, she cares about this.
Yeah, wasn't she like looking at the door, too? Because for the first...
And that's when she
first
came
4
back,
nights,
too,
he's keeping her captive.
Yeah.
He's not letting her fucking go, which he thinks... In my mind, I don't believe he ever thought that was his son. But he's not risking it. He thinks that I guess Adrian's going to take off, but keeps her captive for a while, doesn't let her leave. The part where she almost gets caught is when he's going to make her strip down and take the clothes off to wash them or whatever. He's like, you take them off or I'm going to take them off. And then, you can't expose that giant baby gut. No, you can't. She got under there.
Or the lack of packing heat, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be packing anything.
There's a few close calls with that.
There was.
She almost runs into the room. No knock, of course.
No one ever knocks in France. They just walk on in.
It's
walk
so
on
open,
in.
yeah.
Man.
You gotta give me a knock. I'm hanging dong all the time.
Yeah.
You gotta give me some kind
I'm
of...
gonna be taking a shit. I don't need you coming in.
The second I close my doors, unrobed every time. So you got...
Opened.
You got to give me some kind... Not in France.
No, they don't care.
Kicking doors down too. And it's not a slow like anyone in there. It's a slam the door open and see what's going on.
Hey, what's going on in here? Well,
anyone fucking naked?
Straight up naked.
But yeah, no one cares if they're naked anyway. So, but yeah, it was a wild ride.
Yeah, it was.
It was exactly what I expected almost. But I mean,
I didn't know what to expect.
I knew
didn't
it was
know
going to be
anything
crazy
about the film.
Yeah,
I just saw the trailer and I was like, okay,
well, I could
this
never
looks
expected
wild.
that. They don't tease her getting pregnant by a car at all.
No, not
in the trailers.
That's what I mean, though.
Yeah.
I had no fucking idea what the film was about. I didn't even know it was about a serial killer or anything. The film just looked crazy. The trailer looked really good, and obviously it's Julia, the director from Raw. So I was just overall excited about this. And as much as I still just don't understand, the car stuff, I really actually found myself really enjoying it and just kind of having that wow. That wow feeling after the film. And I would recommend this to people. I actually enjoyed this enough, and it's so weird and like obviously like the elements of body horror, but it's a really good story. Even if you take away all the weird things, it's actually a good story, and you feel compelled by the characters. And for that alone, that's why I'd recommend this film.
Yeah, I would too. If you like body horror, Julia. She really knows how to do body horror for sure. Yeah. She knows exactly what to do to make you squirm in your seat, which is exactly what I was. But yeah, I had the same while watching it. I had a smile on my face for sure because the whole time I was just going, "What the fuck?" Like every 20 minutes, I'd have to go, "What the hell is happening?" But yeah, I enjoyed it. Every scene was really, really well done, well shot, and well acted, and the practical effects were really good. Again, I think Raw is a little higher on my list only because it's just a much more conventional and linear horror story. Raw is
totally.
Than Titane is, which is crazy because Raw is insane, but Titane is. I can't wait to see her next movie. How do you one up this?
I know. I tried to look and see what she's working on next. Nothing in development.
She's got to think about it.
Yeah, she does.
You really peak. You really peak when you have someone fuck a car and get impregnated by it.
True.
So it's
where do you go from there?
Where do you go? You hit Everest. But yeah, I would definitely recommend it. And you said you're able to rent it now, right?
Yeah, you're able to rent it.
Yeah.
I rented it for like $6 or $7 on Prime. So
I saw this in theaters, probably me and 5 other people in the world.
Yeah.
Which is so weird that I could. I'm going off on a tangent, but I could find Titane easier than I could find The French Dispatch.
Which is so frustrating because that's what we were going to review this week, but we couldn't find it anywhere. But I'm very excited to talk about the other films we're reviewing this week.
We do have a good slate.
Last Night in Soho and Sardar Udom.
Yeah, both good movies.
Both
so
pretty wild. So
both in London.
Yes, they are.
You
hey,
like
look
that?
at that. Look at the correlation there, folks. It's all coming together
Yes,
this
it
week.
is. Yes, it
All right.
is.
Well, anything else on Titane, Cash?
That's all I got.
Or Titane, I should say. All right. Well, that is our review for Titane. If you guys like what you've seen here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause. And until next time.
Bye.